So, in step one here with our poker table, we're going to start with our octagon base. All right. And there's some general information that I'm going to throw at you here that you're going to apply to design this base. We're going to go with a standard 8. So, regardless of what you made yours, we're going to go with 8. Okay. So, in order for me to do that, I need to know a couple things. One, if I zoom in here, long to long. So this point to this point for each one of these panels is going to be 3 and 5/16. All right, 3 and 5/16. Thickness, that's this way. We're going to make them 1 inch, and then length, we're going to go with 28 inches. So go with my hand tool here. So length of 28 inches, that's top to bottom here. Rectangle tool. Start drawing. 3 and 5/16 by 1 inch. Now, if I go to my tape measure, that's a lot better. Okay, I'm going to escape out of that. I'm going to go right to my push-pull tool, and I'm going to extend this. Get it going in the direction that you want. I want it to be 28 inches tall. So once I get it established in that direction, I'm just going to go ahead and punch in 28 inches. And when I zoom out here or pan with my hand tool, you can see I got a board, 28 inches, and it's 1 inch thick, and the width of it is 3 and 5/16. Here's what you want to do before you get carried away. I want to select this thing, but notice I only selected one side. So what I got to do is I'm going to take my selection tool here, and I want to click, hold, and drag around all of it. Okay, notice all sides are selected. Everything is blue. I'm going to right click on my mouse. I'm going to go ahead and make a component, and I'm going to call this leg A. Name it whatever you want. We're going to make several of these, and we'll just use a different name. So I'm going to use leg A. Hit OK. So there you go. Your first part here is done. Leg A, that first little board, we got it to width, we got it to thickness, and we got it to length. Make sure that you save your work. Make sure that you are titling it. So in part 1, made my leg to the dimensions that I specified from the drawing. Again, we went 28 inches long on that, 1 inch thick, and 3 and 5/16. What I'm going to do now, after I made it a component, I'm going to go ahead and just copy one more of these. All right. So here's how I do this. Right now it's selected. Okay. I know that because it has the blue entity with it. To copy it, I'm going to come to my move tool, which is right here. And I'm going to go down to one of my corners. Doesn't matter which corner I go to. I'm going to go to one of my corners. I'm not holding my mouse right now. I'm going to go to my keypad, and I'm going to hold the control key down. When I hold my control key down, you get that little plus sign. Now I'm going to pick up my mouse, and I'm going to click and hold. When I'm clicking and holding, I'm going to release the control key, and then I'm just going to drag away, and I have my part. If I'm still holding my mouse, I can still move this. Notice it's clicking, and it's telling me that I'm on the red axis. That means I'm parallel to, okay? And I'm going to just drop that right there for now. Okay, I'm going to deselect, and here's what we're going to do. We got to put our 22.5-degree angle, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to this part right here. I'm going to rotate so I get a better view from my top. I'm going to come over to my keypad here. Let me move this out of the way, sorry. And I'm going to go to my protractor. Notice it's underneath where the tape measure is. There's a bunch of tools in there. I'm going to go to my protractor. And what I'm going to do is I got to be on my blue axis. So I'm going to move this until I can get that blue axis to come up. There it is. And then I'm going to click one time, go to the other corner, click one time, and then I'm going to put a guideline at 22.5. And I'm just going to type in now. Once I get it started in the direction I want it to go, I'm going to type in 22.5, enter. There it is. I'm going to come to this side. I'm going to do the same thing. Click, click, get it started in the direction I want it to go, 22.5, enter. And now I have guides, all right? Now what I'm going to do, while it's selected, I'm going to right click because these two are the same now, all right? And I don't want them to be the same. So I want to make this unique. I'm going to make it unique. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click again. I'm going to edit component. And I'm going to take my line tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in one of these corners, either here or here. And I am going to draw out that little portion of that angle that I need to cut off to get my 22.5 degree angle. So after I go and trace the part that I want to cut out, I'm going to go to my push-pull tool. And you can see how I'm pushing that little portion out of my drawing, okay? Once you get it to offset limit where it is right now, I click one time, and then I went and I created that 22.5 degree chamfer, okay? That's what that is called. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, see if I can replicate it, okay? So here we go. I'm going to go right to my line tool, start in one of the corners, push-pull, okay? If you're in the middle of using your push-pull tool and you need to rotate, I'm using a mouse and I just click and hold on my scroll button and I can go ahead and move that, get it to your off limit. Whoop, I had it there for a second. Click it. Take your selection tool, click off of it so you don't make any alterations to it. And there you go. You've now created one board that has the 22.5 degree angle to it. So here we are in part 3. All I did is I took that board that we made unique and separate from the first one and just redid my steps with the protractor, created the 22.5 degree angle, drew that out, edit that component, and then push-pulled that down to create that angle. So what we're going to do here in this video is I'm going to show you how to move it, how to rotate it to get it to match up, and then how to copy 2 components over and rotate those and go ahead and build this octagon base from these 2 components. Okay. First, let's get rid of these guidelines. All right. So what I'm going to do is go to the glasses display here on the right-hand side, delete all guides. They go bye-bye. I'm going to close that down. And here we go. I'm going to take my move tool and I'm going to click right in that corner and I'm going to zoom in here pretty tight. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of match them up. Move this just a little bit. They look pretty good. I like that. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this second leg. Really wouldn't matter which one I do here. I've just made a decision. I'm going to take this guy here. And I'm going to come under the move tool. And there's a rotate tool. All right. And I got to make sure when I use my rotate tool that I'm on the blue axis right here. Okay. I'm going to click once. Okay. Didn't grab that corner. I need it to go in the corner. So I'm just going to hit escape. I'm going to try that again. See if I can get it to grab the blue axis. I might have to change my view here a little bit. Come on. It keeps wanting to go to green just because of the way it is. See if I move my view. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come across. And I'm just going to make that parallel to the edge. And I'm just going to kind of move this a little bit. I'm just going to get it started. It's not going to be perfect. I'm just going to get it started. Okay. I'm going to come back to my move tool, change my view. You're going to be doing a lot of this. Sorry about that little screen. I'm going to take that move tool. I'm going to put it to that corner. I'm going to zoom out here. I'm going to readjust my screen. It's going to be a lot of this because we're dealing with angles. Okay. Going to come back to the rotate tool. Now I'm on my blue. And I'm going to go ahead, close that up. There you go. Those two are now where they need to be. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select that guy. I'm going to hold my shift key down. I'm going to select that one as well. I'm going to right click. I'm going to make this a component. And these are going to become leg B. Leg B. Now I'm going to go to my move tool. If my computer will catch up, go to my move tool. I'm going to copy this and paste this over. I'm going to duplicate this. Go to my corner, control key, mouse, release the control key, drag that out. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click this. I'm going to try to move it right to that corner as best I can. That looks good. I'm going to rotate this into place. And I'm going to keep doing this until I go all the way around and I end up with that octagon. Okay? That concludes your poker leg base. Good luck. Get it finished up.